Hello everybody and welcome to this video, a continuation in the series on A06 technical accuracy. What I want to look at today is sentence variety. In the writing question of the exam, if you're writing 2 or 3 sides of A4, the chances are that most of what you write is going to begin with the same words or the same kind of words, I, the, he, she, that sort of thing. So sentence variety is really important, that we mix up our sentence structures. Now, what I'm going to go through in this video is quite easy and quite simple, but it will absolutely make your work stand out. So really do take note of these simple but effective ways to vary your sentences. The first is to start a sentence with 2 adjectives. The approach for all of these ideas really is to have a simple sentence, such as the boy closed his eyes and tried to sleep. And then when you've got a sentence in your head that you're going to write down, you need to stop and think, okay, I want to come up with 2 adjectives that describe the subject of the sentence, in this case, the boy. So as you can see in my example, I've come up with 2 adjectives, hungry and afraid. Now, you know if a word is an adjective because you can say he is very boop, and if the word that you fit in the gap in the boop makes sense, so he is very hungry, he's very afraid, then it's an adjective. So you put 2 adjectives and then a comma, and then you continue with your sentence. Hungry and afraid, the boy closed his eyes and tried to sleep. Excited and impatient, Morgan sat waiting for Santa. So this is one of the most effective ways of varying your sentence structures, because at the highest marks, if we're looking for a grade 9, we've got to have that sort of inventive, deliberate crafting of language features, of punctuation, of sentence structures, all of that kind of thing. And this is something that you don't do in everyday life. So if you deliberately do this just once or twice in the exam, you're going to impress the examiner. I have seen people make mistakes with this, and I do think it's an important approach to say, start with your sentence in your head, Morgan sat waiting for Santa, then come up with the 2 adjectives that describe the subject, Morgan, put those in with a comma, and then have the sentence. Some people, it depends how good, how confident you are, but some people, they'll start with 2 adjectives and actually won't write a complete sentence. The next is to start with an in clause. So again, we have a sentence, the Queen did a backflip, or Lady Gaga did her weekly shop, Asda shop. And what you find in these sentences is they begin with the subject, a very common SVO, subject, verb, object, grammatical structure. So we put in a clause that starts with an ing, and again, just like in the previous one, this gives us more information about the subject of the sentence. Straining with the effort, the Queen did a backflip. Hoping that no one recognised her, Lady Gaga did her weekly Asda shop. So again, we're putting something at the beginning of a sentence that we might already have in our head. It starts with an ing word, it's a clause, and we pop a comma between the 2. We can also end with the ing clause. He trudged along the ski slope, wishing he'd brought his skis. Miss Ebony gave the student some advice, hoping her words would not fall on deaf ears. And you know that this really could be reversed the other way round as well. Wishing he'd brought his skis, he trudged along the ski slope. So this is sentence variety, not varying how our sentence opens in this one, but varying how our sentence finishes. Again, we divide both clauses with a comma. And beginning with an ly word, so in the commas video I talked about this. If you're going to put in an adverb, then you need to have a comma after it. And here we have a sentence, Mr. Bruff dug the grave for his pet rabbit. And we can throw in the adverb cheerfully. So an adverb tells you how the verb took place. Gives you much more information, helps you understand what you're reading. And the great thing about all of these ideas for sentence variety, and this is why I think it's great, number one, okay, they stand out and you're varying your sentence structures and you're deliberately crafting the way you write for effect. But number 2, by using these sentence structures, these 4 ideas, it forces you to add more information to what you're writing. So if you're answering a question 5 on narrative or descriptive writing and you use these sentence structures, not all the time because it'll be gobbledygook, but say once each or twice each in a piece of writing, it'll force you to write better work because you'll be thinking about, well, how was that done, and how can I elaborate and give some more information on the subject and that kind of thing. So it actually improves your writing in 2 ways. Hope you found the video useful, and please do subscribe to the channel.